Now then, Dimitri, you know how we've always talked about the possibility of something going wrong with the bomb. Well, now, what happened is one of our base commanders, he had a sort of, well, he went a little funny in the head. You know, just a little funny. And he went and did a silly thing. Well, I'll tell you what he did. He ordered his planes to attack your country. Well, let me finish, Dimitri. Well, listen, how do you think I feel about it?
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather, 'cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling.
I miss my mom. That's the problem. 1 year ago now, I was with my mommy, Florida.
Yeah, I remember we recorded here.
We did.
And then
I left that
booked
fucking
it.
night.
Yeah.
I left that night. I was gone.
Alrighty, on my right. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Behind the Cork. I'm your host, Eric Rocha. And on my right,
Mitchell Verzi at Mitchell Verzi on Instagram and at Verzi Triplets on everything else.
alrighty, on my left.
I like your raspy cigarette voice there.
Yeah, your voice sounds
Sounds kind
different.
of hot.
Yeah, it's
Little
terrible.
Kathleen Turner going on over there.
I was singing Joe Cocker all weekend.
There's definitely cock involved. This is Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, live from the 405 podcast. Don't come see me do stand-up ever, please.
Alrighty. That said, I do want to say a big thank you to everybody that came out for the Greg Fitzsimmons show. And,
Drop my mic.
also, just I want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting live comedy during this shithole break.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a fucking amazing turnout. Thank you. Lukester, you set a lot of that shit up, man.
Well, you know, I don't want to, but I mean, I'll take a bow, everybody. This is thank you very much. I'm bowing. I'm bowing.
No, you've got to say howl. He actually says howl.
I brought, yeah. And my former roommate, co-host of the Liquor License podcast, Brandon Jingles, brought a plethora of people. And out to him.
He did it was great. It was a fun
He brought
night.
12 people.
Damn.
That's the biggest bringer. I brought, I think, 16 people out of like 30 or 40. I brought half the crowd. Like, it was the best bringer I ever had.
Hey, it was
great.
a damn good show.
Best bringer I ever had. It's great. Yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah. It was great, man. The Fitz dog was there. He fucking destroyed.
He's so fucking
Jesus
funny. He just
Christ.
shits. Him and like Adam Carolla have that same. They just shit out stuff that if you gave me 3 days, I kind of wrote something as good as what they just came off the top of their head out of fucking nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's literally throwaway lines that are
Yeah.
just like, oh, great bits.
Yeah,
It's
they just
insane.
shit punchlines. I'm like, motherfucker.
And
When he told that fucking fat Mexican heckler girl she should go next door and clean the fucking windshields at the gas station, I was like, holy shit, was that I was like fucking doubled over. I was laughing so hard. It was the best slam I've ever heard.
he has a death stare that would fucking it could melt a
Oh, yeah.
fucking ice cream cone.
Yeah.
So
Someone
sad.
heckles and you just see him turn. He goes, "Oh yeah," and you're like, "Oh shit, they're
And
gonna get
that's-
it."
Yeah, just to turn his entire body because
Yeah.
that's what he'll do. Like he just fucking turns he'll like square his shoulders up to you and just kind of wait for you to fit. Like he lets that pregnant pause like sit.
Yeah.
So that everybody knows, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
something has definitely crossed
It's like
into his
the
orbit.
World War II movies where they wheel the fucking gun on the battleship. They got to turn the thing. They make the whole thing turn. You're like, here it comes. He's coming around. Fucker.
Yeah, and he was so nice, so nice, dude. Like
Such a nice boy.
I
Nice
love.
Irish boy.
I hit it off. With
He
the guy.
loved you.
was
He loved
great,
Eric.
man.
Him and Roach were like old chums. You should have seen him.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to see him live, but every bit I've seen online that Fitz has is just like,
You got to see him. He's great live, dude.
Yeah.
He's funny.
he's one guy I just haven't like had a chance to see yet.
One of my
but-
faves.
So we're standing by the thing. And me and Luke were there, and I was telling him, I go, yeah, I remember one time we went to go see you. Was it Irvine?
Yes.
I remember I said Irvine, and you go, wow, you look just like Kevin James. And everyone's like, and he goes, stand up and let everybody know I'm not lying. And I was like, okay. If Fitzsimmons is just kind of grinning as I'm telling the story, then I go, and then you go, I'm not kidding. Get the fuck up.
We were like under his, like, I could have untied his shoes. We were like under, like at the fucking front of the stage. It was ridiculous, those seats.
So
I got a picture on my Instagram of the shot. He's like bending over, and I'm like shooting up like he's a goddamn fucking movie idol.
So I tell him the story, and we start laughing, and he goes, well, no, that's not a bad thing. And he goes, look how much money that guy made. And he goes, he's a household name. And he goes, look, you get famous in this town by being one of two things. One, you're hot as fuck, or he just points at me. Just doesn't say shit, just points at me, and he goes, that's my point, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we just started laughing.
It's the Melissa McCarthy route that you're doing.
Yeah, there it is.
Kevin
Yeah.
James, Billy Gardell, Melissa McCarthy. But those people have a ton of money. That's the best gig in the world right there.
And they weigh a ton. Sorry. God damn it. Right there.
I can't think of any other fat like actors or actresses outside of those three.
John Candy.
John
They don't
Candy.
last too long.
There's
A
only
lot
a
of
couple
Johns.
of them, yeah.
Yeah.
John
John Belushi.
We're what I like to think of as fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
We fat people in this industry.
Yeah. Chris Farley. You know.
The girl from This Is Us, that's about it. That's all the body positive people I can think about.
The mom from
I'm positive their body's terrible. Fucking good expression.
the mom from What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah. She just died like recently. She really fucking hung in there for being such a mess. She just died like last year or something.
Damn.
I'm screaming. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, some of those people that have the worst possible health, they just like linger. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
It's weird.
Like some of those people in the
Do
South,
they have to let it linger? Do they have to? Pass the cranberries.
Oh God,
There's a little clue if you didn't catch
fucking
that one.
hate them.
But like I've seen people from the South that are like they drink sweet tea every day, fucking like diabetes. I don't know how they haven't had all their fucking appendages lopped off.
Oh, yeah.
And they live till 90. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's good.
Mitchell Verzestein over here. Take my wife, please.
How am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you hear about the people like, oh, my grandmother, she's fucking 97. She smoked every day and drank a gallon of Jack Daniels every morning. Like, what the fuck? And then some people just like...
Oh, it makes me laugh, though, because people are like, oh, you smoked every day of his life. Look at him. He's fine. I work in senior healthcare. They're not fucking fine.
Yeah.
No.
It's just
It's only
like,
the one you hear about that's fine.
Exactly. Well, they're always like, and you're like, oh, yeah, they're fine. All right. Yeah, smoked every day of their life.
That's you going up the
great.
stairs. Don't get it mixed up. Sorry. God damn it.
So how'd you do at the Fitzsimmons show?
Yeah, no shit. I'll take it. Fitzsimmons. How about a week ago, Bloody Sunday? Fuck a duck. Oh, yeah. The kid had a rough weekend last weekend. Oh, boy.
It was, okay, it wasn't as rough as you thought, but I knew you were taking it way too, because I texted you a lot, and I don't normally text you. I call you because I like to hear your voice. But what's so funny is I was like, oh, I better text him. Like, I don't.
It was more that dismount that I ran. I talked about on my. If you heard my episode last week, I'm sorry because I covered it in probably too much detail. It was an hour and 45-minute episode.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, the only thing I'll say, because I know you hate this, you said some very kind things about me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know.
Don't
tell too many people. I got a reputation to uphold.
If you think he's being really mean here, just go listen to his fucking podcast.
Well, you did great. You're good. You have abilities that I don't.
I'll have to subscribe to that pretty soon here.
Don't
Check that out.
the worst part was I had a horrendous dismount. I ran out of jokes. Like I timed my set that it was like 13 or 14 minutes long.
The old Versi triplets method, huh?
Yeah, and I must have blasted through it double time because I'm looking at my little fucking shit. I'm like leaning on the thing, glancing over my cheat sheet. I'm like, oh fuck, that's the last bit. And I'm looking for the light. And I was like, by the time he lit me, he was like waving it to. I was like, oh, I must have went way over the lights. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And so I got off stage. It was horrendous. It was no it wasn't a professional dismount. It wasn't like a nice leave the stage. Like, Evan, Luke, you've been great. Blah, blah. Nothing. Like, this fucking guy was a total pro. Eric was like, you guys have been great. Have a good night. Thanks so much. And then like leaves. Like, I didn't have one of those. I just fucking threw the mic and just ran. Like the mic had fucking COVID on it. It was horrendous.
Judging by all the weight jokes, though, it took him like 5 minutes to clear a path for me to get off the. But please, folks, please, we need further back,
Dude,
back.
keep those flashes away from me. You're gonna upset him. No loud noises. Stop clapping. Oh no, he broke one of the chains already. It's terrible. Yeah, and I ran out. I had a minute to fill where I was just like, so this is like my worst nightmare. I was out of. I could not think of one thing, and I was just like, you guys. So how we feel in L.A.? Everybody doing? Oh, there's a light. I gotta go. That was it. It was horrible.
Let's give it up for the troops, everybody. Give it up for the troops.
Yeah, I wish I had the alacrity to have even come up with that. It was horrendous. I was so disappointed in myself.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was pretty bad.
I'm sure Luke is exaggerating, but it does feel a
I'm
lot
my own worst
worse.
critic. I mean, you guys should hear what I say about myself.
I mean, it does feel a lot worse when you're like, it's like, oh fuck, it's like I did everything and now I don't. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's either you go to crowd work or you just have to like.
That was coming up next. I was literally going to be like, so what do you guys want to talk about? I swear to God, I got to that.
I just love one of the things Alex said because you remember that one night I thought I crushed and Joey called me and told me otherwise.
Yeah.
Really? Where? What was that?
He wasn't mean about it. It was just, we all went to Crave and I didn't do my closing bit. I did well. But I didn't do my closing bit, and he called me, and he's like, why the fuck didn't you do that closing bit?
Yeah, he loves
and
that.
I was like, the light went on, and I didn't want to run the light. I remember he did let me tell you something. Dude, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, boy. No, and he's like, listen, do you know why I brought you? And I was like, oh, shit, okay. Yeah. And he's like, I don't want you leaving the stage thinking, okay, now it's time for Joe. I want that audience thinking, fuck Joe Diaz. I want more of this guy. And I'll never forget because he said Joe. Like, he never said Joe. He fuck Joe Diaz. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
But that was, I hate to say it, but I think that's kind of the mentality. But I think that helped me. And that's the only reason why certain skill sets are more developed than others is because you remember all those times I told you guys, Joey would never tell me how much time I was doing.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Never fucking told me. So it was literally, okay, how much time should I plan for? What's with all the fucking questions?
Yeah.
And he's like, he got jokes, fucking go up there and tell him.
By the way, for anybody that's never done stand-up, that is one thing you absolutely need to know is the amount of time you're doing. How long do you have to die a death on that stage if it's going bad?
You ever hear those stories? The story just last year, I think Mark Norman told about when he opened for Seinfeld. Like, Seinfeld won't give you a light, nothing. He won't tell you. You just have to, like, know. It's so stupid. I'm like, why would you make it that much more difficult for everybody? Like, what is the problem with having a fucking light in the back to let you know you got 2 minutes left? Well,
yeah,
that's offensive to him somehow. Fuck
that
you.
I think that's fucking crazy.
It's ridiculous.
But I'll tell you this, though, not knowing my time, like, immediately...
That's a little different.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
acceptable.
I agree with
but especially if you're an up and coming guy and he's trying to like fucking make you into a Marine. But like that Seinfeld shit's just being a fucking douche.
Well, especially since most of those theaters have like a timer.
Yeah,
like they have a teleprompter underneath and it gives you a time.
Yeah.
So if he's just, especially Seinfeld, dude, he's like so particular about everything else.
Yeah.
That's very bizarre.
And he's not fucking funny. I'm sorry. His fucking stand-up sucks. I like Seinfeld. I like his like ruminations about things, and I think he's funny conversationally, but his act is fucking terrible.
All right.
His jokes are from 1950. That fuck.
So,
but I love Comedian in the documentary. I love it.
I think, that's such a great.
It's great.
I think, I don't know. I think that would, I don't know. It's funny because the whole weekend I thought about you.
Oh,
and
well,
I was like,
join the club, Eric.
And I was like, why? Because I knew like this guy's beating the shit out of himself.
Yep.
It's just I know he's not in a good headspace right now.
Wait, so did you have like a bona fide closer?
So that was the Fitzsimmons that he thinks went completely. It didn't go.
No,
bad.
I didn't. It didn't go as well as I wanted. I didn't bomb or anything. I did okay, and I wanted to do great because exactly 1 month prior, February 19th, I fucking crushed that thing. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted. That's what I needed with my man fucking watching me. Fitzsimmons, not Eric. I don't give a shit about him, but Eric Simmons was standing there watching me. I'm just kidding. But no.
So then we he had another show in Long Beach, that I went to
Yes,
go.
I did.
I went to go support.
I got to
And-
step out for a couple minutes.
So
You don't have a gun in here, do you?
Not yet. Soon.
What if they had those little pistols that fucking women put in their ankles? Like their
I'll try it.
anklets?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah, a little Derringer.
So yeah, I go to Long Beach to support the show. It was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bando came and he actually gave me a spot. He let me do 5 minutes. Didn't ask. It was really nice. He offered. It was a very, very sweetheart thing.
Good lineup.
So yeah, it was,
That's all he got there.
that's why that's why I wanted to go. Is it was fucking Cole Alexander, the great Cole that you know,
Fucking A.
and James Demon was there, and this guy's a killer.
Roger
he's
Blacksmith's
incredible.
great. Good host. Good dude.
Great guy. So, anyways, Luke was on the lineup, and go for it, Lukester.
Oh, Jim. Well, thanks for that cozy setup there.
It's worse than his dismount.
Again, I'm sorry if you heard my show already. This is what they call bleed over in the biz. But I haven't been in front of I haven't done a bar show in at least a year. In front of like a hostile, for all intents and purposes. Unfortunately, I don't have my dolphin clip.
Damn it.
But they did not. It was not what I was expecting. This sounds like a complete pussy. So I'm putting this on myself. But still. I thought it was like a comedy show at a bar that was set up. No, it was a bar outside where there was like ZZ Top was playing, and then in the middle of She's Got Legs, they just cut it and they're like, "All right, stand-up comedy, everybody. You guys ready for a stand-up show?" And I was like, "Bah!" Like no one wanted it. No one asked for this.
You saw a bunch of people stand up and just leave.
Yeah, dude, a shitload. They went fucking walking out. I was like, motherfucker. And
Those
it's
are the
like,
best shows. Those are the fuck it shows.
they're-
Those are the best
I
ones.
know, but I just maybe because I've been so out of practice, I was not. That already like kind of bugged me. And then I don't know. I was sitting there and like it's like a punk rock. It was like a rowdy punk rock kind of biker bar kind of thing. It was outside, fucking huge space with like people just kind of scattered around too. There wasn't like one place you could really look.
Were you wearing your Harley
I was
jacket
already.
to
Yeah,
relate
it's
to?
of course, it was the Puns of Anarchy. It's a biker crew. Me, Travis. We got to get Rob Banks in there because he rides too. So there's 4 of us
Bobby.
now. But yeah, I took my bike.
We got to get him on the show, too.
We do. I know. I was thinking about that today. And I'm sitting there in the crowd, and I'm trying like a bunch of kind of noobs went up, like dudes that either hadn't done it in a long time or were like a year into doing stand up, and they were just it was like a fucking just a meat grinder, dude. One after another, just like Cole did great because he's good at that because we always did that Santa Ana bar. We did like a really rowdy, nasty bar in Santa Ana on Sundays. And that he didn't host, but he was used to that kind of fucking crowd because he lived right there. He was there every week. So he had like balls like that, and he knew how to handle those guys. And he literally said, he goes, "No one's doing material's not going to work tonight." And he just did fucking crowd work, and like he fought hard. He did pretty
Dude,
good.
he got the crowd back. Like,
Yeah.
What happened was that fucking idiot, that first comic, who is a piece of shit. I don't know. They said he was new.
Oh,
And
you were telling me about this,
If
dude,
by
yeah.
any chance you are new and you're listening to this show, don't you ever fucking burn down a room like this fat fucking cocksucker did. I was ready to throw a bottle at this piece of shit because they were just sitting there with all these comics, and he starts picking on this fucking Mexican guy that's wearing suspenders, and he doesn't say anything funny.
I was gonna say, you don't say it often.
He gets a little bit of shit with the guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy
looked like he could handle himself too.
yeah,
by
the
way.
guy just starts going, "Suck my balls, suck my balls, suck my ball." Just being obnoxious now because he's trying to talk over the
just
guy that has the microphone.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're just yelling back and forth at each other. There's no give and take. This piece of shit has no idea how to handle, and the audience is fucking really disturbed by it.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because
It wasn't a fun jocular vibe. It was
No.
more just like a "fuck you, mister."
It's very reluctant, and then they were reluctant to stay to begin with, and
Exactly.
then now it's like, oh, this guy's being a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
first guy up.
Yeah.
That was the
Wasn't
first
he the second?
fucking guy up.
Was
no,
he
he
first?
was the
I
first
thought
one.
someone else. Okay.
No. First fucking piece of shit up, and he burns down the fucking room. And I remember I was sitting there and I was like, okay, well, this any hope that this had of being like a fun event just turned into a bar show.
Yeah, now you're
It's
fighting.
official. Yeah, now
Yeah.
because of, and this fat fucking piece of shit,
Don't say about yourself. Come on.
I
PHAT.
God, I just want to kick you in the fucking
Cut his mic.
in your Down syndrome tongue every once in a while. But this fat fuck walks down, doesn't even go by the comics because all the comics are just kind of like looking at him like, yep, you fucked that. You fucked that royally.
It's like we had a nice sleeping lion at the zoo, and this guy threw a bunch of firecrackers at it.
That honestly, I don't think you really painted that in your
fucking
show.
lions, Jimmy.
I don't think you really painted that in your show. Is that this guy really fucking pissed them off?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't need to go. He didn't even tell any fucking jokes about the situation.
He panicked.
It's like throwing a Molotov cocktail and leaving, letting everybody else deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he didn't. He wasn't a regular comic, or it was like his second time or some shit.
Yeah.
His first show, something like that. But they threw him on first, and this fucking piece of shit walks over to his table. Now keep that piece of shit in your back pocket. Sorry, he really upset me.
I see this.
But then
bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Yeah, then what happens is the second comic goes up. Well, second comic doesn't win him either. And I'm sitting there and I'm like almost. Do you remember in Airplane when they're talking about what's going on and the wife just starts grabbing the captain and she starts like groping him and then like everybody kind of stops and looks at her and she's like, "Oh, sorry," and she like lets go of his chest. That's what I was doing to Cole Alexander. I was like, "Okay, dude, you gotta fuck." I was like being Mick. I was from Rock. It was just like, "You gotta get in there and you gotta win him. You gotta get him. Like just hit him with some crowd work. Ask him how they're doing. How was that day at work? Oh, you gotta win him over." And so bomb, and then Cole goes up. And he wins him back. And dude, I've never been so like proud of and I know it sounds
I'll tell you, he was like Atlas with the fucking, he was like fighting as hard as like, because like Cole's like that's like easy for, you could see him like really fucking struggling for it. Like it was he started running out of shit because like there's only so much like kind of crowd work you can do and like riff, but like he held it together. I was like, that's when I was like, fuck, dude, this is gonna be this is gonna be tough if Cole is struggling.
He softened him up like that. That's
gave what
exactly
they wanted.
what the room needed. It was just like, okay, they calmed down a little bit. It was intense. So it was like, okay, thank God. And then this other dude from San Diego goes up, and I mean, just soft as fuck. And he's
I'm not
like,
saying nothing.
I just and then and then people start. So what did you do? Okay, yeah. What did you? And you can hear people talking. Over. And I'm like fucking punching the goddamn bench.
Yeah.
And Bando too was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
By the way, people don't realize how much of a miracle it is that Cole like turned it around. Like, imagine going into your in-laws and they know that you cheated on their daughter, and then making them love you again. Like, that's like the level of charm you need to convince a crowd, especially like that, to like get back on board.
Yeah, he did spectacular in terms of that dynamic.
And then somebody else came in and ruined it.
Well, yeah, and it was like that. Then somebody went up, and then Luke went up, and then go ahead, Luke.
Did you go before or after me?
I went after you.
Okay. I just completely fucking panicked, dude. I couldn't think of any. I'm looking at the whole crowd and I'm like, I just can't come up with anything to like make fun of or like, I don't know. I was too in my own head, and I had I made fun of one guy in the audience that got a fucking huge laugh right out of the gate. It was like fucking perfect. I'm like, all right, and then I just like, I'm looking around. I'm like, I can't think of anything else, and I went into my shitty act and I just told jokes. I stood there until it was a 10-minute sentence. It was like I sentenced you to 10 minutes up there. That's how bad it was. Like, I just wanted to fucking get down. Like, before I even went up, I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm not like in the fucking headspace to go up. Like, I wasn't it's complete pussy shit. And I don't even like excuse myself.
Well, you already had it. You had him in the beginning, and then you just went.
I did, because I just riffed it. I just threw it out there and it worked, thank God. But then I don't know, I couldn't think of anything else, and I just completely fucking panicked.
Yeah.
And just told jokes, and I could just like the whole. No one was making eye contact. It just, I feel like no one's even looking at you and shit.
Yeah.
People, or if they are, they're just going, oh, it was the worst set I've had in at least a year.
So here's what.
I was terrified.
Here's what really happened. He just didn't kill.
You went to teleprompter mode.
Yeah.
100%. I was so disgusted with myself.
Yeah.
Someone should have shot me.
He just did material. That's all he did. But the thing of it was people that were listening were laughing. They were. It's just
I'm too far along to not have the skills to have.
I'll agree with you on that, but like you said that you just completely bombed, and it's like no, you missed an opportunity,
Dude,
but you didn't bomb it.
I looked at the comedian's table, and it was like I was Braveheart up there getting disemboweled and my dick cut off. It was that bad. It was.
Did you look over at me?
I did. I saw you were like walking through the crowd, like when he's about to die and he sees the wife or whatever. It was you in that chick's outfit with the little thing over the head. Remember the wife that got killed in the beginning? I saw you walking through the crowd, and then I dropped my notes, and they went slowly falling to the thing. Remember when he drops her little fucking?
And he goes.
These are great Braveheart references. Yeah.
No, it was so funny.
Improv! When Eric slowly closed his eyes.
So here's what happened. Here's the thing. I got up because I was like, okay, it's difficult not seeing your friends succeed. You didn't bomb. You just didn't.
I disagree.
You didn't take that crowd. That was the only thing.
They took me.
That was the only thing that happened. No, they ignored you.
Garrett already took me.
That's the difference.
That table full of the black people, they were just they had a look on their face like they were watching a fucking a child about to be beheaded. I don't know. They were aghast.
I was standing right by that table. They weren't.
Dude, I looked right at them. Their eyes are burned into my head for the rest of my fucking life.
You know what it is? So when we would go and do all black rooms, we would start off like real hot with crowd work and just like riffing.
I know. This wasn't a black room. It was just a couple black people in a thing, but still, they fucking justifiably hated me. I thought I saw something like pulling that lock under the table.
It's all energy.
Just shoot me, sir, and get it over with, please.
So I was worried because I knew you had seen me walk over, but what I did was I was going to get a beer because I had to follow. I don't know if it was you. I had to follow. Did I follow you?
I don't know.
I had to go. I
think you did.
I think it was either you or something because I wanted to go get a beer.
Yeah.
As I went and I got up, so that was the only reason why I feel like I need to tell you that because it was like it wasn't one of those things where it's like
I didn't notice. I just was staring at my feet, just saying like, please let lightning fucking strike me, something, let the stage collapse, something fucking to help me put me out of my fucking misery and the audience.
And I mean, people. Look, if your buddy bombs, you're not gonna say anything like
yeah.
It'd be. I failed. They have myself.
So I like how I just said you didn't bomb, like, but if your buddy bombs, you don't want to.
Well, no, I did. I'm telling you.
You could definitely feel when you have a bad set. It's almost like you have like this stench of like sucking, and it kind of like.
But what I failed me. That's what.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Well, dude, that's the thing. Okay,
if I still had fun and didn't give a shit about the crowd, and they didn't laugh, and I was fine. I could live with that, but like just the fact that I panicked and just had like
no, you told a couple jokes yourself.
Total fucking
you got
stage
a little
fright.
bit of
I'm
giggles
like, this
yourself.
Is fucking such amateur hour. I'm 6 years in and I still get
that was the only
awful
thing that surprised me was that you didn't really like.
I folded like a fucking house of cards. It was pathetic.
Well, no, you just changed the energy. That's all it was.
Yeah, so to negative.
So then James Demon goes up and destroys. It was great. He did so good.
Yeah.
And then I had to follow James Demon, and I held my own in the room. I was happy.
You did.
I was happy.
That's shitty, dude. There's something like it's just like there's nothing you could do because it's like
I failed.
You still did your job.
Me.
You still did jokes that are good,
really. Barely.
but it just doesn't.
I might as well have been in a fucking someone behind me holding me would make me talk like a fucking puppet, like they did with Joe Biden. It was fucking horrendous. I cry. I have not cried after a bomb and like. Yeah, I went home and cried. I fucking cried.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Did you cry at home or did you cry on your way home?
I cried at home. I laid in bed and I was like, you fucking failure, piece of shit.
Wait, so you didn't cry in the car?
Amateur. No, it's on my motorcycle. You can't really think that much when you're on your bike. All I kept thinking was I just kept getting closer and closer to the guardrail. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just fucking hit this. Wait till there's a big bridge. Plenty of them out in Long Beach. It's awful. Fucking awful. It's terrible.
It really doesn't seem like that bad of a bomb.
I'm telling you,
it was terrible.
Dude, it wasn't terrible. That bad. The only thing was we thought he was going to.
That was the other problem. Is I was getting so like, you gotta get up there and fight. You gotta do it, man. Save the day. And I'm like, I don't. I'm scared. No.
You didn't rise to the occasion.
I was the guy on Normandy Beach going, just holding my gun, crying.
He was
while my buddies were getting shot around me trying to fight
in the back of the carrier or
They
whatever.
could not see how funny I was.
He was up him and some dude's getting stabbed on stage and he's like, Luke,
I know.
tell a dick joke, Luke.
I was up him on the stairway. It was fucking horrendous.
I turned the mic up. I put the mic up. It was some improviser going, give me a place. Give me a profession.
That was fucking lousy. I was very, yeah.
But that happens though. Those are the good. It sucks now, but you learn from it.
He won't.
You are very stubborn. I will say that.
That's he's stubborn.
There's no
as fuck.
excuse for that.
Well,
Aside from the fact that I stink.
There is no prosthetic for.
Yeah. His jokes ripped off. Awful. Yeah. Wasn't my best hour.
that happens.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? At least it was only 10 minutes, not fucking 45. We've
That's
had
true.
ones where we started out like,
Good God, you're terrible at this.
oh yeah,
Percy. No, I mean making Luke feel better.
No, I think you got a point.
It's true.
You are
It's
right.
not
It could have been
45.
worse. They say, well, it couldn't have been any worse. Like, it is true. I could have had to do 45.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We've had that where we started hot and then it just like fizzled out and everybody's just like, oh,
I remember that.
it was our whole tour last year.
Was it?
No. But like certain spots are like,
Was that 1 year ago? No, that was 2. Was that 2?
it was 1 year ago. It was
Yeah.
in last February. But
Oh, wow. That was close. Holy shit.
yeah. Oh, this fucking, yeah, dude. Still close.
How was that Rochester show? Did I ask you about that?
It was fun, but that was kind of one that was like that though.
Oh, really?
Because it was like they like fucking around, they like the crowd work, they like the riffing, and then when we
Yeah.
went into our material, it's like,
There were
oh,
bar people there.
yeah, that's literally what it
Rochester.
was.
Yeah, just a drinking, fucking snow shoveling,
Yeah,
factory working.
Still a crapshoot with bar shows, I feel like.
true, but that's
At
why I
least
say
I
they knew
feel
they were
that
going to a comedy show. They didn't turn off the fucking music and go, okay, here's comedy. You're like, that's rough.
still a comedy show.
I know.
At that point.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it made it tougher.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I've been
it's
out of
just like,
practice.
I feel like I don't know if anybody ever feels completely confident in those circumstances.
I have. That's what bugs me. I know I'm
I
capable
haven't.
of it.
You just
but-
know you can do better. That's the worst part.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like you let yourself.
And
down.
I let everybody down. I let the guy that fucking booked me down. I let the fucking audience. I let myself down. It's horrible.
I let
Horrible.
everybody down. I let my country down. Comics that think about doing comedy.
He went up there and choked. That motherfucker choked.
There's some young kid thinking about picking up a microphone.
I'll watch it again.
When's the
Fucking
next
love that
gig?
movie.
I don't know. Now I'm in a bomb here.
How did you do last night?
It was.
Eric had a show last night.
Oh, yeah, that's
Son of a
right.
bitch.
It was a lot of fun, man. It was. We had a terrible showing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a few people that turned out, and it was very kind of them.
Were there more comics than the audience?
No, actually, I don't think there were. Because like people started to kind of come in there at the end, so I don't know. There wasn't a lot of people. Like I wouldn't qualify it as a show.
Glorified
But,
open mic.
Yeah, if you want to call it that, but no, man, it was good. I hate to do this on your thing, but I don't know. Every once in a while, you feel like you graduate to another level, and I feel like I'm right there. Like there's something I'm doing different that I like, and I'm just gonna keep doing it, and it's been good. I mean, the one thing about it that I can say at this show is I was doing a lot more of not off the cuff shit, but just staying in the pocket with stuff, and it was working. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's the kind of comic that I want to be."
Just being present.
Yeah, and it's just like this is exactly what I want to do. So
You're good at that.
I don't know.
You're a fun time. You're a fun hang.
It's
You don't just go up there and tell jokes. You back and forth.
Yeah, I hate those.
It's a
comics.
hang with some jokes. That's what I fucking want. I don't have that. You got that ability. It's spades.
but like I said, it's something that I know because I felt like I wasn't doing it for the longest time. I think we talked about this. Like, there comes a point where you're like, fuck, I don't even know I should be doing this shit anymore. I am no fucking good at this. And that's usually when you're going to do something like you're breaking through to something else. Yeah. It's really weird.
Dick jokes turn to pussy jokes. Puss jokes turn to bits.
Yeah, you're like right in between. Oh, I'm gonna hang it up forever, and oh fuck, I'm actually finding myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny too. Like, you saw Fitzsimmons there with us, just trying to get ready for a fucking show, and you're like, oh yeah, we've all got to fucking go up there and do our time.
I told you that story right when with Bill Burr. That guy was talking to Bill outside of when I was just talking about this the other day because we were watching Fast Times at work, and when Damone owned what's his Romanus, Robert Romanus, or is Robert what's the one that was in Mean Streets? I always get him confused. There's his older brother was in Mean Streets, and the younger brothers. I think it's Robert and Richard. I think it's Robert Romanus who's in he's Damone from Fast Times. He owned a coffee shop in North Hollywood, and then it was a fucking dude. It was literally the size of this living room that we're in. It was so small, and they started having an open mic, and then that guy became friends with Bill Burr. So every once in a while, Bill Burr would just show up and work out a set at this little tiny coffee house right across from the fucking Lamley NoHo 7, right in there. Mm-hmm. So Bill would be working something out, and he would tweet that he was going to do a set in there, like a half hour before. He'd be like, "If you want to catch me, I'll be at. It's closed now. It sucks."
Did Dunham see that? I think he did.
I don't know.
Because I think he talked about that same thing. And
I saw him there like 3 or 4 fucking times, but he tweeted he was gonna, and like immediately, like a flash mob, like 100 fucking people show up. And you could seriously fit like 20 people in this fucking place at the most. It's a little tiny coffee shop.
Damn.
So he's outside, and I was like, I was waiting to watch him, and he's kind of like pacing back and forth. I could tell he was going over his shit, and there's this big like fucking jock like bros like, oh man, you're so fucking funny. And Bill's like, yeah. Like he was being polite, but you could tell he didn't want to be talked to. Mm-hmm. And the guy wouldn't stop talking to him. And this is the most cringiest moment I've ever seen. Bill goes, hey man, I don't want to be rude, but he's like, I'm trying to go. I'm going up over here. I'm going over my set. He's like, I can't talk right now. He's like, maybe talk to me afterward. I remember I was like, oh, I felt so embarrassed. This guy goes, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry. Just I think he laughed. I think he walked away. It was like. The politeness made it even worse that he wasn't like a total douche.
Yeah.
But I was like, never. This is like 2014. I was like, never do that to anybody. I was like, from now on, I will never talk to a fucking. That was like a good fucking lesson. But I'm glad it wasn't me that did that. But
especially to Donnell Rawlings.
Oh yeah, I love that story. Yeah,
God
but
damn.
yeah, it's like don't even a guy at his level, and he's doing a coffee shop. Who gives a shit? It's some fucking dumb coffee shop in North Hollywood.
Yeah,
that you can only fit 20 people inside. But even he was still like so into it. It was like don't bother him. Like still going over his shit, like taking it like that seriously. It was like
that's the fun thing though. That I think
so. Listeners, don't talk to Rocha or I before you see us at a set. God damn it! I don't
think
care how great we are. Don't come and tell us.
I feel like Rocha is like Rocha could literally you could wake him up from a nap, have a conversation with it, and he'll just walk on stage and do great.
Yeah.
No way. I think one of the things that helps me, like right before I'm gonna go up, is honestly this is gonna sound so fucking stupid. I think of those Jimmy Norton laughing compilations.
Yeah.
And I want to go up in that mood already. Like if I'm talking to you, like if I could have a best case scenario, it would be you in the back room, and just okay. What is the meanest fat joke that you have about me? And then
did you hear a shotgun blast? Ladies and gentlemen, your headliner will not be appearing tonight. Sorry, we'll be giving refund at the door.
But
you hear a forklift backing in. Boop, boop. Open those double doors. Sorry.
I love it.
Sorry, Mrs. R.
Double doors.
Let me to joke about your son killing himself and being taken out on a forklift. Sorry.
I was gonna say the real insult isn't my death or my demise or anything. It's the simple fact that it takes so much work to deal with my remains. But my go-to would be like something like that, and then to come out on the stage that jovial,
yes,
and just be like, oh fuck, because I feel like when you come out like that, people are like, oh fuck, he's already having a good time.
He's warmed up, yeah.
Exactly. Like with that podcast with Joey, we were laughing when it started.
Yeah.
I remember Joey was like, push start on the fucking thing already. At least it's already been started. And we're like,
yeah.
It was so like, I already did it.
Yeah.
And we just laughed at Lee being all defensive.
That's great.
But again, though, that to me is part of the thing. And like, with James Demon, because that was a hard act to follow. because they put reverb on some of his jokes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what was
the
so
guy hit the
funny.
button on accident, and he just all of a sudden he sounded like he was in a baseball stadium.
He goes, because James, one of the things, if you guys ever get a chance, I don't know where the fuck you would see him, but he's totally worth it.
I follow him on
One of the
Instagram.
things is he always goes, yes, yeah. And they put reverb, so it would go, yeah. Like, it was just so much more.
Where's this fucking reverb coming from? That's awesome.
So I remember I went up and I was like, how do I follow fucking reverb?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God. And then I insulted the guy that Luke insulted. Because you said, what was the line? Sorry.
I said he looked like the guy that betrays Indiana Jones in like every movie. He did. He had like an old like Stetson hat, and, like a mustache. He just looked like a fucking old like creepy art dealer. It was like dude. It was like
a
10
purple
seconds
suit.
of laughter. And the whole time I went laughing, I'm like, think of something else. Think of something. Ah!
And then
All the writers ran out of the building.
yeah, then I go up and I was like, oh, God, this is already awful. I go, what do you guys, you're already pissed off from not Kevin James. And I pointed at the fat
Oh, yeah.
fuck that ruined the show pretty much.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he started heckling too.
Did he?
Yeah.
The comic?
Yeah,
What,
that's what I'm
comic in
saying.
quotes?
That's why I said. That's why I told
I
you.
didn't even know
Remember,
that.
is because I told some joke and it got. Oh, I told some Jiffy Lube joke, and he was like, worst oil change ever, and I go, worst heckle ever. Jesus.
Oh, that was
fucking
him that
Christ,
said that?
Shut up.
Oh, I didn't know that was him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you saying that. I thought it was just some dude.
And I mean, then I started shitting on him about
As you
how
should.
fucking terrible he was, and it was like, yeah. So that's why I said that comic was a piece of shit.
I didn't know that.
I wouldn't even call him a comic.
No.
Oh, that's
But-
fucking terrible.
Anyways,
Mitchell's pissed. Look at him. Yeah, no
was-
joke. He's
I
ready
mean,
to
a
fucking
comic
fight.
for a comic to heckle another.
That's
First of
what
all,
I'm-
you
that's
burn
what
down the
I'm
room
telling
and then
you, dude.
shit on other
This
comics that have
guy-
to clean up your mess. That is absolutely fucking atrocious.
This guy's awful. I'm telling you, he's got to be stopped. But-
Yeah, I will say I think that's why eventually you just start bringing your friends on the road. Like once you get to that point, it's like, hey, I just want to bring my friends.
Oh yeah. Well, and like, it's funny because in those, the fortunate thing, like I said, the luck I've had with Joey, seeing him in the green room, he's quiet, he's calm, but every once in a while, like he'll be like chewing his gum, and he'll be like, so you go down, you try that new restaurant over by 13, wherever the fuck he's talking about. I was like, no. And then he'll be like, yeah. He'll be like Lee eating that lizard meat. He's like, I don't eat lizard meat, Joe. And he goes, yes, you do. And then you can tell him, though, you can see he's starting to kind of
Yeah, he's getting
get
into
the wheels going, and he's fucking, because it's just so much fun to see a comic do that. Like Fitzsimmons too. Just, it was funny because when we were kind of going back and forth, he shit on me about it, or he shit on me about looking like Kevin James, and then I bought him some O'Douls. And I said, because I just handed it to him, and I said, yeah, why don't you finish that fucking beer I gave you open? And everybody started laughing. He's like, oh, yeah, you didn't see him open that, did you? I go, drink it, you fucking prick. And we were just kind of laughing back and forth. And then AJ came up to me, and he's like, oh, boy, he told you, Eric. We all started laughing. I told AJ, I was like, because AJ's this big, tall, black, basketball-looking motherfucker. Great comic, though. Great comic. And I told him, I go, fuck you, AJ. I go, what are you doing here? You should be spinning a basketball on your finger somewhere.
Oh, yeah, right.
And Fitzsimmons started laughing. He's like, hey, fuck you. Don't pick on me because he's picking on you. And I go, dude, this is how it works. I go, I had to go to the nearest thing, and you're the tallest black guy here. And so we were just laughing, but it was like, that's exactly what I would want before going on stage. But like I said, some people aren't like that.
Not some meathead trying to fucking fanboy over you. Well, actually, you might like that.
God, someday I hope. Oh no, dude, that's well,
Better
that's
than an
kind
air
of the other
conditioner,
thing.
boy. How's everybody doing?
Carrying over from the set, huh?
Boy, he really knows how to take you there, doesn't
the 1
he?
week anniversary. Wait a minute, that would have been A material last week. Fuck. That would have been a hot riff compared to my other set. I think at one point I literally said, moving on. So the best man speeches have gone better. Stink. I was the worst man on the lineup.
Really quick, I want to give a shout out to my cousin Mikey. Get ready, guys.
Oh.
He is officially off of probation.
Oh, hey.
Woo!
It's so funny. You forget who hears these fucking things.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my mom, and she's like, yeah, I talked to Mike. He's like, let's call Eric. And so they tried FaceTiming me. I was driving to my car. And he's like, yeah. And my mom, they called and said hello. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You went and saw him. He's like, yeah. And my mom's like, it's funny because they asked me, like, oh, so do you know Luke out? Like, have you met Luke? He said, have you met Uncle Luke?
Your cousin said this?
Yeah, and I started laughing, and my mom's like, he actually called him Uncle Luke.
That's great.
And
So I have an uncle.
and then my mom started laughing. She's like, one of the family members was like, what about the Verzies? Did you meet the Verzies? And my mom's like, I've met all three of them.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are...
She met him in a blackout, too.
My cousin was like, what are they like? And my mom's like...
Lispy.
They're like they are on the podcast. She's like, my mom said they're short, but they're good looking guys, all three
Oh,
of them.
Mrs.
nice.
R, thank you for
Look
the
at
shout
that.
out. Appreciate that.
And then the one that's mom's like, I haven't met Jordan Bowers, but I'm going to in June.
Look at us. Local heroes.
It made me fucking laugh. I was like, oh god.
What's he got probation for? What do you do? If you can say.
Yeah, probably not the best.
So, okay, what about
All right.
He listens to the show.
Okay.
Was he?
Let's give out his number and he
Jay,
can tell him.
jaywalking, right? The son of a gun. I heard about him.
Well, he parked by a fire hydrant and rescued. Goddamn, all these nuns from a burning building.
I heard about that. That's right. Yeah, good for him.
What's he saying? Cape Fear.
Oh yeah, I was at a protest and the police got a little handsy with me and I popped the bastard.
That's exactly what happened to Mikey. Yeah.
And they gave me some time for it. It's so great.
Was he in like a? Was he out of the joint, or was he in the joint on probation? He was out of it, right?
I think he had to do a couple days. I think. Well,
Okay.
No, actually, he might have had to do like 30 days. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like hard talking Mitch. Was he in the joint? How was he? Did they throw him in the clink? This is a fucking a swizzle stick just appeared in his mouth. There's a tattoo on his knuckles. Got a mother tattoo on his fucking forearm. It appeared like in Looper when they fucking write messages to themselves on their skin. Fucking Looper, underrated.
When he has sex with that girl, he's gonna go, "I got you now, bitch."
Yeah.
Doing time in the can.
When I watched Luke do that set, it hurt like this, and he fucking broke her arm.
I'm gonna kill y'all.
I listened to her podcast, Atlanta Douglas, and she said that they shot that scene for a whole day of
Jesus.
De Niro raping her, and at the end she had like a nervous breakdown. Like she had to like leave the set and shit. She just went outside and cried, and De Niro was like, "I think she's had enough." All fucking day they shot that rape scene. Can you
Did
fucking
you hear
believe
that one fucking podcast where she had the same feeling watching their TikTok videos?
I tried to get her in what was it? Politically Incorrect Batman. She was like she's pretty fucking rude. She was really kind of an asshole. I was like, all right, well, fuck you, Atlanta Douglas. Give me a really short, shitty message back, and I was like, what the fuck are you, cunt?
So you're a De Niro sympathizer, apparently.
Scorsese's ex-girlfriend.
Was it really?
Yeah, he dated her for years.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. They met on The Last Temptation of Christ. He brought her in as a screamer to be one of the people that scream in the background for like the scene like Jesus getting nailed to the fucking cross.
You know, it's so weird. One of my fucking teachers was a professional screamer.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a thing.
We were doing a class one time, and she was a cunt. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking say it.
Tell her.
So she was like, "If you do well, then I'll scream for you." Oh. And had all of the other fucking kids that were like, "Oh God, she's gonna scream for us." And I was like, "Oh, you fucking." This is why Juilliard didn't let us in.
Yeah.
You were so fucking needy, you pieces of shit. So anyways, we do our scenes and whatnot, and she's like, okay, close the door. And we're like, oh, it can't be this fucking good. Shut the door, and it fucking was, dude. She let out this, and she did this thing with her hands where she was a big woman. She was a big girl, but she reached her hands up to the
How big
ceiling.
of a girl was she?
She reached her hands up to see him like fucking defiling the apostle. She was like fucking shake, like literally like, get out of here, demon.
Like a Baptist church?
Yeah, like that. And she just went, "Ah!" Like, and it was like this blood curdling, like,
That's how I come.
and like, "Whoa." And we were like, whoa, this fucking bitch is crazy. And then we were like, do it again, because we didn't give a fuck if she burned out her voice. We're like, do it again.
Sounds like
And
somebody else I know.
we were like, do it again. And she's like, I can only do it once a day.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This is a total parallel thing, but it made me think of it talking about Last Temptation of Christ and Willem Dafoe. Have you ever heard? Do you know Jeff Richards, the comedian?
Yeah.
Comedy Store. He does a podcast now where he interviews people like as he does like a handful of like amazing fucking impressions, like he does Dustin Hoffman. He does a fucking Willem Dafoe that is unbelievable.
Really?
He interviews people as Willem Dafoe. It's so fucking good. And they just like a video version where they put the thing over his face. I've never heard. Everyone does like one weird random impression. Like there's people that everyone can do like Jack Nicholson, but like all those weird little one up. But his fucking Willem Dafoe he's got that weird little laugh. It's so fucking funny, dude. It kills me. It's so his Dustin Hoffman and his Willem Dafoe are fucking unbelievable. But I think he's just started a podcast. It's like Jeff Richards' show or something. But
Yeah.
he does the whole. Some of them are like he's better at some than others. Like he does like. What's his name from Breaking Bad? Jesse from Breaking Bad. It's pretty good, but like kind of wears thin because there's not that much you can do. But like his little inflections and shit at Willem Dafoe are fucking unbelievable, dude. It's awesome.
Does he do that like fake?
Yeah, he puts the thing
The,
over
like,
his
deep
face.
fake or whatever?
Yeah, he puts it over.
Yeah.
But he does Jeff Ross and shit too. Like he does a bunch that are great. That guy is like so under. I never even fucking heard him. I met him when the first time I ever worked with like the Corolla crew, and I helped them set up their show at the Melrose Improv. And I was hanging out at the bar after with Dawson, and then he just showed up and started talking. He's like, you know this guy Jeff Richards? I was like, I never heard of him. He's like, he's really funny. And I met him. We hung out for like a half hour and shit. Just like had a drink, and then I started following him on Twitter, and I started seeing his impressions. I'm like, this guy's fucking amazing. Like, how is he not more famous and shit?
He was
He's
on
awesome.
it. He was on SNL. I don't know what happened.
He said that in his bio. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it must have been pretty
Isn't
short.
he the only guy to be on SNL and Mad TV?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but I just know he's funny. His Willem Dafoe is a fucking knockout. Thank you very much.
I like that you went on his whole podcast detour, and then I'm like, yeah, wasn't he on SNL and Mad TV? And you're like, I don't know. I can't know. I can't go down that avenue. I don't know, Eric.
I don't want to spread falsehoods.
Listen, let's
get sued.
Let's talk about what we know, okay?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he mentioned it. I think in his bio, but like I never saw or heard of him being on there aside from him mentioning it offhandedly in his bio.
So why are you wearing underwear now?
Oh yeah.
What?
I don't know. It was
changed?
just time. It was. I'm tired of worrying about like when you go to work out, like when you go to lay back, because I'll wear the same pair of shorts I wear shorts a lot, and they start getting worn out, and I'm worried that my fucking shorts are gonna split. Like when you go to do like when you go to do heavy like dumbbell bench press, and you gotta like roll back on the bed. Like if you don't roll right, you can just rip the whole dick and balls out of your fucking shorts and shit.
And then
if they're
all them-
older and they're starting to get
yeah.
faded, you can tear your shorts. And I don't want to be have my fucking.
And then all them
I'll get
fucking
attacked by
women.
Yeah, I'll get attacked like the Beatles when they first landed in fucking New York City. I don't need that. I'm not a fucking piece of meat. I have feelings. I need to be wined and dined and romanced.
Why don't you just get like stretchier pants?
I do. That's why these are my leg day shorts because they're super stretchy.
You wear
I got these in Florida 3 years ago. My mom's.
They look like cargo shorts.
They are, but they're really the material's like really fucking stretchy.
You don't have like basketball shorts that you wear?
No, I don't. I have
No,
too much
he
stuff. I got to
never
put in my
wears that
pockets.
shit.
I got to put all kinds of shit, especially with the mask. I got my keys. I got my phone. I got my little
He
MP3
doesn't-
player.
Yeah.
I got my little gym card. I got a lot of shit in my pockets.
You know how you see like guys playing softball in fucking in like a flannel shirt and jeans every once in a while,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What the fuck is this idiot doing?"
Yeah.
Luke is that guy that works
I'm
out
a
and,
cargo
like,
shorts guy. I will never fucking give up on him. I don't care
Well,
what
why don't
anybody
you just
says.
get like a bag or something?
What do you mean a bag? What, and carry it around me the whole fucking time?
Yeah,
don't
as
need
opposed
a
to wearing
white-
cargo shorts wearing
I don't
on
need
your
a
fucking
bag
pants.
because I have a phone this big and an MP3 player this big and like my keys. So
Also,
I don't
who
need
the
a whole
fuck has
bag.
who has an MP3 player still?
I do. I still have one.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like on my phone to use it too much fucking data, and I like the way the thing organizes my music just right.
What is it, an iPod?
And it's this big, dude. It's this big. I put it in my pocket. I can even fucking feel it. It's awesome.
Is it an iPod?
No, it's like a knockout. It's like a Windows-based MP3 fucking player.
A Zune?
It's it's like a Zune. It's that size.
Jesus
It's the size of a
Christ.
fucking cigarette lighter, dude.
it's a floppy disk. That's
Yeah,
he keeps
seriously.
it as a
Exactly.
floppy
Yeah.
disk.
Holy
That's
shit.
right.
Fucking
I love
boomer,
those
dude.
fucking things. Light in my pocket. I don't even know it's there. I don't have to worry about getting crushed by the fucking weights. None
Do you
of that
have?
shit.
Do you at least have wireless headphones?
No.
Jesus Christ!
You know what? I bought a pair and they weren't loud. They're not that loud.
Why don't you get like AirPods or something?
I don't like them because the MP3 player doesn't have wireless capability. You have to plug a headphone thing into it.
Oh yeah, because it was made in fucking
What we've
2005.
got here is a failure to communicate.
Jesus.
I know. I'm not. It's the pager of fucking.
You're worried about ripping your pants when you have a fucking wired headphone in your head.
Who gives a shit?
I feel like you're more.
And I drip. I drip when I piss, and I'm tired of having to. Especially these ones, you can really see it.
That's all the more reason to wear boxers
I don't like boxers
or
They're too-
underwear.
I know. That's why I got them. As I'm saying, I got tired of that. I'm tired of worrying about the fucking.
What kind of underwear do you wear?
Hanes boxer briefs?
White?
No, they're gray today.
So's the audience.
What do you wear?
That's none of your fucking. Oh God, hang on. So I'm a little flush.
Are you a whitey tighties guy?
No, I wear black whitey tighties. I've never had the balls to wear whitey tighties.
But you wear whitey
Why
tighties.
did anyone ever make whitey tighties? And why do they make nurses and doctors' uniforms fucking white so you can see every piece of mucus and blood and every other bodily
shit,
fucking fluid
right.
right on a damn thing? It should
You
be
couldn't
black.
name like, oh, that's blood from the artery. That's blood from his fucking head wound.
Yeah. Oh, it's deoxygenated blood. It's nice and blue. Thanks for fucking showing me that. Now I was already terrified. Now I'm really scared.
It's
How
calming.
much? How much would you sell me a pair of Sean's underwear for?
Round it out in the back from this fucking shapely booty.
$20? I'll go get it right now.
Go get them.
You got $20?
I got Venmo, baby.
I'll get you one. Yeah, after this podcast.
All right.
This is
He's
turning
in.
into-
He's in there right now. I gotta wait. Do you want to? Hold
tell
on.
you
Well, I'll
off him.
tell you, if you can get them off of him, there's 40.
Sweet in the pot.
I can get you a stinky pair if you want. One that's used and
No,
soiled.
I'd rather have
Get some
him-
blood in
I'd
the
rather
back.
have him walk. Two things happened after that podcast.
Yeah, I know he's outside all day today, so it'd be nice and stinky.
Oh God, no! I always tease him like, oh God, he's got such a nice ass, but I always say he doesn't take care of it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it. It's have you ever seen like those koalas that get caught in a fucking wildfire? His ass has like random patches of hair on it. That's exactly what it looks like. Is fucking ugh.
If he asked him, if he asked you to wax his ass, would you wax it?
He would have to wash it, and I would have to watch him wash it because I don't think he knows how to wash an ass that big.
You think he's got some dingleberries up in there?
I would. Oh God. He just. I don't. Yeah, that's a lot of surface to cover.
He's not
And
German. He's Mexican.
That's a lot of surface area to cover, and he's got little hands. So
true.
I don't picture Sean Verzi as the best wiper.
Yeah, I could see that.
Speaking of these things, listen to this observation, if you will. So yesterday I met this. I don't know how much I should say about this. I met this prep for a movie in another state.
God, please don't get canceled again.
In another state, we'll say. And they're bringing this actress for a. We're just testing all the camera shit. It's a whole day of like getting everything.
This
all dialed
wasn't
in.
on your last.
This is for a movie. It's for a.
This was
relatively-
years ago with a different.
Yeah,
company.
yeah. This
Yeah,
was
yeah.
for a relatively big independent movie with some pretty major name actors that you know of. Anyways,
A long time ago.
they bring in the girl that's like one of the main actresses for it for like they want to do a little lens test and shit on her, and she comes in with like her manager or whatever. They're both speaking. This chick looked like Germany. She was like Hitler's wet dream. This chick, she looked so fucking German. It was, and I'm German. My last name means alone in German. Lucky me. So maybe we had some kind of like DNA vibe match. But I'm sitting there looking at this chick, and they're going through the screen. She was pretty. She had a weird look to her. She wasn't like a classic beauty, but there was something about her. This like chick that she was an actress. And every time they'd be like in between like setups or whatever, she'd talk to her fucking chick, and they'd be speaking. Come on, speak a little German. Remember in Django? And they were talking like at one point she's kind of looking around the room. She saw me. She just kind of like nodded, and I looked right at her, and I was like, "This chick's in the pee. She's in the fucking piss." Something about my people. No, it wasn't like that. She was all right. It was the piss. I'm like, she's a pisser.
What?
Pissed on and piss on me. We'd have a fucking wet time. me and this fucking kraut.
What gave it away that she would be into piss.
I don't know. I know my own kind. I'll put it that way. And the Germans are known. The Germans and the Japs are known for the pee.
Is that why you're wearing underwear now? She saw some
It's
dripping
the way
in your
they
pants?
held up the symbol 3.
3 droplets.
That's
Yeah.
how you know she likes piss.
I
She used her
guarantee.
thumb.
I wish there was a way I could find out for 100%. But I tell you, it's God is my witness. This girl's in the fucking.
Are you
piss.
sure you're not like she wasn't acting like she was just like
No, nothing.
Bing, hey, Bing, what are you still doing here? I told you to go get your fucking brother's underwear.
There was something about her. I tell you, I don't know. We would have had a fucking. We would have had to change the fucking sheets. Put it there.
You
I don't
didn't
like peeing on girl. I don't like peeing on. I like being peed on. I don't like peeing on other people. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah,
But she
that's
she
very
did.
true.
You
I
think
just see her
she
whole
would-
face getting hosed?
So she would enjoy being peed on.
I think so. I think she would be totally into it. Yeah.
Interesting. I could believe that though. I could see a lot of actresses being like.
There's something about the Germans, man.
You think
Yeah,
it's a German?
that
You
is
go
a
in. Not that
German-
I would ever do this. I've heard stories of people that go looking for like pee porn or like just a pee fetish. All Germans, every fucking time. Like, uns dann pinch, ja, uns oh yeah, give it to me, ah. Oh, they're all fucking Germans every single time. I've been told.
appears that you've had an awful lot of water today.
Schnell, schnell, it's urine. Yeah, always. Don't go look for that for yourself, but if you do, clean your browser history. But you'll find that the kid knows what he's talking about. Those Germans love a pee, and this girl was begging for one.
I've definitely heard that Germans are into hardcore shit like that. Yeah.
They do. Every time anyone that got beat in a world war is into all kinds of weird fucking fetishes and pee and poo and puke and all this kind
It's
of
humiliation. It's a
shit.
humiliation
Something about
fetish.
it, yeah. Maybe. I don't know what it is. I feel bad for them, but that's a bad after effect for these poor people. Don't get me fucking going about the fucking Japanese people and that porn. Oh. And they fuzz it out. I don't know. What the fuck is the point of that?
I know, terribly too. Like,
Yeah.
like a fucking like somebody with MS trying to run a spotlight.
Yeah. I noticed that too in all the dating apps and shit. Any fucking Asian, they always blur out the faces of their friends. And I'm like, is this kind of weird, like, communist shit? Like, they're worried about the government finding. What the fuck is with this? They all look the same anyway. You can't tell them apart. Here we go, shitting on the Asians again. What is with this show with the Asians? No, but for real, they always fuzz out the face of their friends.
I do agree with that. Yeah, that is very weird.
Like, who cares?
They think it's almost
Who
like
do you
they're
think's
like.
looking at it, for Christ's sake?
Well, then you're like they think guys are gonna like track down their friends. Like, how the fuck is that possible?
You're not that hot, honey. Like I said, you would be able to tell the difference anyways.
I wish you had some kinks we could talk about.
Dude,
We
I
talked about him.
Not really.
He's very vanilla. He said it.
I am pretty vanilla. I just haven't had anybody to like really explore it with. I told my last girl, I'm like, hey, anytime you want to stick a finger in my ass, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
I know. We went
that?
over that. I jerked off to that many times. That's what we call old hat.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into the humiliation shit.
Have you ever met? I don't know. I just
Only when you
I
watch
think-
yourself on Netflix. Come on. I'm bringing balls right away.
That's masochistic. Yep.
I don't. I just think it would be harder to piss on a woman
Yeah.
and be
I
like,
can't.
Well, with a
completely
boner
okay
too.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tough.
It's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, you can't pee on a chick and also be turned on. You know how hard it is to
It's
piss
tough,
with a
yeah.
boner?
Yeah.
Fucking impossible.
It's tough. I'm
It's-
pee shy to begin with, and then if I have the expectation of pee, and I'm not into it anyway, so I got like 3 things working against me. It's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah.
It's like doing a bar show in Long Beach for me. I just can't fucking. But I sure pissed off that audience. Come on.
I wouldn't mind like more aggressive shit. Like I don't mind her like. I don't really know. I haven't had something where I'm like, wow, that's gonna change my fucking life. Like none of that. You have like fucking sport sex. Like you do a bunch of fucking shit. I don't really go. And again, I'm still like whatever 28. I haven't like done anything fucking insane, but I haven't had. I don't know. That's not who I am in general. I don't go and like I don't fuck girls on the road and shit. I don't do any like random stuff like that.
But you would, wouldn't you? You're not doing it out of moral principle. You're just doing it because like the opportunity doesn't come up. Because there's 3 of you.
Unless
so
they're
it's tougher.
smoking hot, I don't like banging on the road.
Really?
Why?
It's like yeah.
What's the point of doing stand up? The fuck?
Really?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're smoking hot, I'll do it. But
What's the
otherwise-
worst thing you're gonna get herpes?
Yep. Well, that and it's just like I don't know. You fuck
He's
them,
getting
they
ready to
leave,
go.
and it's like
He's gonna fucking drive away. Did you see that? He just grabbed his car keys.
I don't know. I'm not like I've never been like a one night
Why?
stand guy. I've never been a one night stand guy. I don't know. I'm sensitive and shit.
Do you like the talking and the being into somebody?
I like to know somebody before I stick my cock in them. Yeah.
God, you're so gay.
I know. I know. I hate it.
I'm gonna buy you a fleshlight. You get to romance the fucking thing.
Fucking
Candles and
I don't like the romance part either. I just
flowers
like
and
that at
stick it in
least.
the fleshlight. I've been there.
Oh, fleshlight! You've hardly touched your. You've hardly touched your fucking what?
Marinara, fucking noodles. Yeah. Well, Mitchie's a sensitive guy. He likes,
I've ever like I don't know if it was like
it's better when when it's somebody you know and you have a connection with.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's like, dude, I don't know if it was like some traumatizing sex ed class I had when I was young, but I've always been paranoid of STDs.
Or traumatizing sex with Ed. Take my wife,
and
please.
I'm also just like paranoid of potentially knocking up a chick. Not that I like take
That's
all the
legitimate.
fucking precautions, but
Yeah.
it's just not worth it. I think for
That's
one.
why I keep that old set of Doc Martens in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Some tripwire. You know how it goes.
Little shove down the stairs.
Yeah, a couple banana peels. Bunch of fucking Home Alone traps. Come get me, you creeps. He's talking to the twins in the girl's stomach.
Your Home Alone style abortion.
Yeah.
She gets up and frickin'.
I know.
Put some marbles in front of the fucking Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That show is brutal. Sorry, Mrs. R. Don't think less.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was listening.
It was funny because they asked my mom. They were like, "Do you like know all that stuff about him before?" And my mom was like, there's sometimes where I hear probably more than I should, or I care to know."
She tunes out.
I tell her everything I do. Just
Yeah, you guys are pretty. You guys are,
are pretty close.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm going to say it on stage, so that's why I'm always like, Mom, one time I had gonorrhea, and I was afraid of the guy that was going to give me the shot because he looked like a gangster. And my mom's like, well, that's not good.
Your mom turned into Lee. It's not good.
I would say, we walk in, and she's all fucking in a cardigan sweater. I'm sorry for the way things look around here. I remember one time we did a show and Lee was like, "Mrs. Rocha," and he gave my mom the biggest hug, and he like held her.
Yeah.
I always give him like shit to this day. I always go, "Get your fucking hands off my mom now, Lee." Jesus.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, "Eric," and Lee's just like, "Yeah, I'm just hugging her." It's like, "Fuck you."
You turn into fucking Jake LaMotta. All of a sudden, you're Romeo kissing everybody. Can I kiss my sister-in-law?
Lee is very huggable though. He looks like a very huggable dude.
He's a good boy.
He is.
Which, hey, happy Passover, gentlemen. Second night.
Like I said, I'm German, so I don't. I just spit on the floor. It's fine. Trying to keep my arm down. Dr. Strangelove. Sorry.
I love how he
Just
keeps,
does it.
He keeps throwing in my Mein Führer. He keeps meaning to say Mr. President.
Yeah.
So when are you going to watch videos and movies of things that...
Oh, dude,
that are
trust me, I
amazing?
know. I don't have any fucking pop
He's
culture
got the
reference.
most. He's got the most hope of all the versions, though. I think.
That's why he's on this show.
Mitch
I'm
is
at
the
least-
most open to like new art. And
I'm at
things.
least willing to learn. And that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, okay, so in terms of like fucking kinks, like if you know me pretty well, what kink do you think I would like? Besides
you would-
anal.
Well, that's the end of the show.
Being pegged.
You would really like...
twin sisters. How about that?
Because you're such a like emotional guy, like you would like just sensual shit. Like I think you would like pain and pleasure type shit, like some bondage stuff. If she knew what she was doing,
a lot of it.
yeah.
I could see that. I mean, and that's thing. I'm open to it. I'm open to at least try it. Right? Like I'm open to try it. I've always liked the fucking the new massages where they fucking lather you up in oil and then I like those.
I never heard of that one.
Oh
Is it
yeah, it's
called
cool. They
Guru?
like lather you up in oil. Oh, let me put my hat on if I can take a fucking photo.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I like that.
Good John Wayne picture back there. So great.
That's like the only one at least I watch on porn consistently, which, you know, I guess it's the most sensual one. God, I am a fucking little fairy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'll bring over a kid. But here's the last thing I want to discuss with you guys. Have you gotten any shit from your brothers for being on this show?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know. They gave me shit today because I'm like, oh, I'm recording the podcast. And like, oh, well, I thought we were going to do this. I'm like, no, we've been doing this every Sunday pretty much, I don't know, for like 2 months now.
He's taking a stand. Finally, look at this guy.
I just say
I'm sick of it.
fucking around.
I'm done with it. I'm my own man.
Yeah.
Breaking off
I
from
like
the
it.
fucking trip.
Verzi Rebellion. I love this.
I am as God made me.
He's the rogue. We got a rogue Verzi here.
So I recorded a little bit of a.
Oh, boy.
Good, then you should write the noon half hour. I will. What do you think I'm...
So this is the Verzi's fighting.
Oh,
about-
my God, dude. And by the way, you know how, like, you were talking about how a comedy room before you go on stage should be fun and exciting? This is the fucking shit in our... Before we go on stage, this is the type of shit that we talk about.
I recorded their argument about who's writing what.
We were just
all
talking
this
about
shit.
dumb fucking jokes that we think each of us wrote. It's a fucking community. We pool jokes because it doesn't fucking matter. And this is me and Alex.
Pretty shallow pool, by the way.
Our kiddie pools with a joke that we
Let me
stretch
get
into
my ankles
45
wet.
minutes.
This is these fucking guys fighting over who gets credit for the
Oh,
joke.
man.
Fucking
When's this from? Is this recent?
Bird bath of
This
jokes.
is at this.
Dog water bowl.
You should write the noon half hour. I will. What do you think I'm stockpiling? I have some great COVID material. They're killers. I have the best jokes. I've had numerous people reach out to me and say that I need to break off.
Which Eric is one of them, by the way.
It's hard. It's hard not to. No one's stopping you. Leave the nest. I'm getting my TikTok money for all the ads now. You can do both. I can. I can bring you up. No, you can bring me up. Oh boy, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that, please.
A bunch of Disney execs just fucking threw all their papers in the
I
air.
can't think of a single. I genuinely can't think of a single joke you wrote in our lives. Don't worry, you don't need it. Yeah.
That someone loading a gun, Rebecca?
I wish.
Don't doubt it.
Mount.
He's working hard on it right now.
It's only one more minute.
Can you just give me a bit? I genuinely can't think. I can't think of a bit. I mean, the whole Cracker Barrel was.
The audience just bit their
It
tongue.
absolutely was not. I see you recording. It's just It's just a fact that the bits, the good ones are mine.
The Watergate tapes.
I haven't heard a single refute to my point. Because you think every joke is yours. It's not. The good ones are. You have a Muslim joke that we don't use. I'll give you that. Turban joke's mine.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck is breathing?
I'll
Sloth
give
from
you that.
Goonies?
Yeah, that's
me.
Jesus Christ. Are you on a treadmill?
I think that's really
Walk to
good.
the fridge.
I would say some people thought that was hateful. So I guess you're contributing hate to this act.
Oh, we got an HR department growing now. Fuck.
I just wanted one. I didn't ask for much. He said you had an hour. I gave you one. Give me another one. Oh boy. Don't worry, I believe in you. I'm your biggest supporter. Yeah, you should be because I carry you. Who was there when you did Jack Valentine? Who was there?
There's only one set of footprints in the sand.
You know, that brought a lot of humor. That brought a lot of people enjoyed that. The review show.
This is like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young before they broke up. This is for.
I was say it was very behind the music.
I wrote all the solos.
Well, no, I record because they were just giving each other shit.
Dude,
it made me laugh because it's classic Verzi where they start fucking with each other and then it's like, but really, I wrote all the bits.
Then it gets personal real fucking
And then
quick.
it's just like you can't write bits. And then it just turns into like fucking Lennon and George Harrison. Like, you should let me write a song. I'll let you write a song. Oh, bullshit.
I wish I was George Harrison right now. Yeah, but dude, that's the one thing that's like shitty. Where it's like, even if we work together and like do all this stuff, it's like, it's the brotherly shit always comes out. It's like we can't get over that. No matter what, it's always fucking petty, dumb bullshit like that. It's been we've been
Better than Dylan dumb bullshit.
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
Maybe you could leave and Luke could join the fucking.
It's ironic because you won't back down from your brothers. You're learning to fly on your own. You can have a last dance at Mary Jane. All right, now I'm completely off.
Jesus Christ.
Don't come around here no more, all right? Sorry that happened.
Well,
God.
Always
that
leave him
was-
laughing.
just an e-break on the whole podcast. Huh?
Finish strong. That was about as good as
the
the
dismount you
close
had
up
the other day.
Exactly, yeah. That's my Fitzsimmons set. Fucking walked off.
Yeah, and maybe that's another reason why I
I'm
haven't
almost crying from that bomb.
It's a stink. It's a stink of sucking. Dude, and that's maybe one reason why I haven't like really explored kinks. Well, I don't know. It's like maybe in the back of my head, I think that I'm going to get made fun of for any shit like that I try.
Of course. That's
If I
why you
veer
haven't
off the
come out
path-
as gay yet.
That would fucking help us. Holy shit.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, why don't you be fake gay? It'll fucking open you up.
If we
to
go back
a
to
whole other
America's Got
audience.
Talent, by the way I came out, like, oh my God, it would at least fucking,
Oh, God.
they would love that shit.
I
My
would
brothers
be
have
so
supported
mad.
me in my journey.
I would pick it every show you guys ever did.
So would Westboro.
So did actual comedy fans. Just had your face with the Ghostbusters thing over it. We want jokes. We want jokes.
Alrighty. On my right.
Mitchell Verzi at Mitchell Verzi. And not the Verzi triplets. Fucking, we're going to just plug me.
Fuck yeah.
Mitchell Verzi.
Take a stand.
Woo. Alrighty.
Won't back down.
Yeah, see? That petty reference paid
Never
off.
mind. Hey, they're at the Verzi triplets. Jesus Christ.
Like it's still good.
On my left.
Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram and Live from the 405 podcast. Free on iTunes and shit.
Alrighty. That's it. Congratulations, Mikey. And thank you for everybody coming out. I appreciate it.
Congrats, Mikey.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm moving to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. Say you might lose your mind if you don't find the time to lose your fucking mind and just have a good time. Or even have a real good time. shake it, shake it.